Hey bros, what's going on? Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while. So like 10 days ago, me and my girlfriend were talking about, you know, what we wanted to accomplish this summer. I'm a huge nerd. I want her to be a nerd like me. So I got her to promise that she would watch the Star Wars series with me. And naturally, we started with episode 4. Um, and you know what's funny? She, if you're not a nerd, you're not going to like this segment. Just fast forward. Episode 4 we watched, and she wanted Luke and Leia to end up together. She was like, "Oh, they're really cute together." Spoiler alert: they're brother and sister. So obviously that doesn't happen. But by the end, she likes her with Han Solo. You know what's a shame? Today everybody knows that Vader is Luke's father. I wish I could go back and unknow that, just so I could experience how crazy that scene must have been. When Vader chops off Luke's hand and then goes, "Hey, I'm your dad." I wish I could have experienced that, authentically for the first time, because that must have been just nerdgasm. So we watched episode 4, 5, and 6. Then we went on to episode 1, 2, and 3. That's how you're supposed to do it. And if you're about to ask, Ryan, did you really watch the whole series in 1 week? Yes, I did. Episode 2 is definitely my favorite, and here's why. It's the start of the Clone Wars. That's crazy. Also, there's a lot of great characters in episode 2. Obi-Wan, underrated. First time you get to see Yoda in action, and he crushes it. And also, Jango Fett, I really started to appreciate this time around. It never really occurred to me that Jango is he's like the Darrell Revis of Star Wars. He's just in it for the money. He doesn't care. Not only is he the clones, he's literally every clone, and he's also working for Dooku and the Separatist army. So he's basically on both sides, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of the plots. He doesn't care about any of the storylines. He's just in for the money, and you gotta respect that. He's also very badass, so. And then we watch episode 3. The whole storyline comes together, and now my girlfriend is as big a nerd as I am. Mission accomplished. So we just have episode 7 left to go. For any of you who haven't seen Star Wars yet, think about this. There's going to be a new Star Wars coming out every year for the next 5 years. So if you're thinking about it, now is the time to get into Star Wars. So I got into a car accident the other day. I was stopped at a red light. I saw a guy coming in the rearview mirror, and he was slowing down and everything. He just never came to a complete stop. He was probably doing like 5 miles an hour. But I got out, and he was like, "I was texting, sorry." My truck has a metal bumper on the back, and so his car really got messed up. We pull over to a parking lot. We start exchanging information, and then the guy just out of nowhere starts going, I'll give you cash. I'll give you cash, and we can forget about this. We'll slow down. This just got really sketchy. I don't want to just take cash from a random guy in a parking lot somewhere. Come to find out, he's got a DUI, or just recently had a DUI. His license was suspended and everything. So obviously he didn't want the cops there. Made all the phone calls the next day. Got a check from his insurance company in the mail, so I'm going to get my truck fixed soon. Hopefully I'll have money left over to get my air conditioning fixed too. That would be nice. Don't take cash from a random guy who just slammed into the back of your truck. That's word of advice for that story. What else? The NHL playoffs. I've been watching a lot of hockey lately. I personally think that the NHL playoffs are the best playoffs. And I know I'm a big football fan, but there's nothing like an overtime Game 7 hockey game. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be watching the game tonight. The Lightning are up 3-2, which means I'm rooting for the Penguins. I want to see a Game 7. Game 7 is awesome. The NBA, who cares? The NBA is just a joke to me. Remember how I said I'm trying to, listen to more music and try to appreciate it more? I've been trying to do that with sports, too. The NBA is just so tough for me, man. It's just why do people watch this? Shocker, LeBron James is going to make it to the finals again. Wow, how does that happen? Because that's how the NBA works. Every time I watch an NBA game and someone does and gets fouled and like just gets to take two free, like when LeBron James just carries the ball for 6 steps and then throws his elbow like this and gets a foul called on him, so he gets to take two free. It's like, what? And then the final 2 minutes of an NBA game is the biggest joke in sports. All of a sudden, this game of like running up and down the court and taking shots just turns into who can make the most free throws. It's just the strategy changes so much, and it's really a different sport. The final 2 minutes of a game take just as long as the entire quarter did. It's dumb. But this year you got LeBron James, who's probably gonna make it to the finals. He's got a lot to lose, honestly. If Cleveland doesn't win this year, I don't know if Cleveland will ever get a championship. And then you got Steph Curry, who's just draining threes from the parking lot. So it'll be a cool matchup if they both get there. Otherwise, I'm not gonna watch it all. Who cares? What else? Rafting. My roommate Ryan West. I don't know if any of you know him. But me and Brad's roommate Ryan West, he got a job in Charlemont. He's a rafting guide. I guess that's what you call him. He works for a rafting company, and he's one of the guides. So I guess he's a rafting guide. So he was going through training, and before he could take like real customers, he needed some of his friends and family to go, so he could like. I guess we were his guinea pigs. We could have died. So he took us rafting, 6 of us. The day went pretty well, but it was funny. We were on the Deerfield River all day. I was hearing about this section of rapids called Zor. West, he's telling me like, Zor is gonna be the hardest. If we can get through that, we can get through any of this. So all day I'm hearing about it. We're approaching the rapids. He starts pumping us up, like get ready, get your paddles ready. Are you ready to paddle hard? We're gonna do this. We get to the rapids and slam into the first rock. I'm just laughing and trying to paddle, and the water is still coming at us, so it spins us around. We end up going through Zor backwards. In that moment, West actually did pretty well. He was barking out commands. We were following orders. We made it through. I'm still laughing about it. There was someone there taking pictures, and I know the pictures of me are I'm just laughing because I know my roommate screwed up, and I know his boss is going to have his ass afterwards. So I'm dying laughing. Meanwhile, like, my life is in jeopardy. We could be flipping at any time and I could drown. But it was a good time. Good job, West. But if any of you know him, definitely give him shit for it because it was funny. You guys want to try a movie review? So I did Star Wars already. But I recently saw The Jungle Book, the new Jungle Book. It's a great movie. If any of you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely see it. It's pretty good. Bill Murray as the bear, Baloo. Perfect. Bill Murray is perfect for that character. Christopher Walken as the monkey, the orangutan guy. I guess he was a Gigantopithecus. That was great. Kaa, the snake, was barely in the movie at all. And when he was Scarlett Johansson. Why? Who made that decision? I don't get. I don't know. Anyways, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty good. Jungle Book was one of my favorite childhood movies, so this was pretty cool to see. And whether or not you've seen the original Jungle Book, you should definitely go see this. It was a very well-made movie. Let's see, what else? Oh, you guys want to see how my investments are doing? Check it out. I got... this is unprofessional, I'm sorry. Look, guys, look it. Yeah, I'm up 0.5% today. And you could be too if you had the app. freaking Jehovah's Witness just came by. No, just kidding. She was trying to get me to sign a petition. Naturally, I said no. What else? Oh, I switched rooms. You guys want to see? My roommates moved out of the master. Wow. You guys, this is awful. I'm literally holding... I wish you could see what I'm doing. I'm holding a laptop right now and trying to aim it around the room. This is awful. This is the best part of the room. This walk-in closet. And look. Brad moved out today. So sad. Yeah, so we're in the process of moving. We got another house like down the street. Fits less people. But we got to be out of here Saturday, and then we can't move into the new place until Wednesday. So, I mean, that's just incredibly inconvenient for all of us. But I think we figured it out. I mean, hopefully, because there's no going back. So anyways, that's a podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying your summer so far. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are too. And I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys next week.